Door for Martin, who's about to get a supersonic sweetener. Brian and Rita, whose 20-year-old wedding cake is being secretly rebaked. And Cindy's mother, Ghislaine, who's about to meet her long-lost brother. For these people and more, it's Surprise, Surprise! Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
To another surprise. Now, we've got a lot of surprises for a lot of people here tonight. Now, you know most of us at some times in our lives collect things, don't we? Yes. Well, do we? Yes. Of course we do. And take my 3 kids. Somebody please take my 3 kids. Our Robert has got an incredible record collection. Our Ben collects pop videos. And our Jack, well, he just collects dirt. Oh, he is a lucky kid. But people do collect some funny things, you know. And sitting in our audience is someone who has a very surprising collection. He collects, wait for it, sugar bags. Yes, sugar bags. It's you, Martin Pierce. Surprise, surprise, where are you, Chuck? Come and join me, sunshine, please.
Isn't it?
Is it a nice surprise, Martin?
Beautiful.
Well, it came as a very big surprise to me, Chuck, to learn that you collect sugar bags.
Well, why not?
Well, why not?
I've got to collect something.
You've got to collect something.
Yeah.
But it's up to you, it's sugar bags.
Sugar bags.
Now, it's not those dirty big £2 bags, is it?
No.
Tell us, what are they?
Little ones.
Little
From the
ones.
cafes.
From the cafes?
Hotels.
Hotels?
Yeah, smashing.
Railways?
Yes, railways, airlines.
Now, you've got
Shipping.
quite... Pardon?
Shipping lines.
Shipping lines?
Yeah.
How many of these sugar bags have you got, Martin?
About 2,000.
2,000 sugar bags. Well, I suppose you're interested to know how I know about you.
I am.
Well, it was your Neil up there, sitting up there. There he is, grinning.
He won't be kneeling tonight.
There is your Neil. He wrote and told me all about you. And he also told me that there's one very special sugar bag that you would love to add to your collection, but you haven't got one.
Nope, I've been trying.
No, you've been trying, and that is the Concord sugar bag.
Yeah.
Well, surprise, surprise, Martin. Sadly, because this is quite sad. I know, there's a bit of bad news. We phoned British Airways up, Chuck. We did. And, you know, they don't have sugar bags on Concord. No, they're dead posh. You know, you drink Dom Perignon all the way to New York and back. So he thought, never be deterred, not for our Martin. Oh, yeah. How did you know, Martin? Yes, with British Airways' permission, we made your very own Concord sugar bag.
Beautiful.
Yes, and it's got Concord on it and everything. And to even make it more authentic, we flew it there and back to New York. Yes, and it's here tonight, and here to present your very own Concord sugar bag is the pilot of Concord himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Stuart Robertson. Here he is, with your bag.
It's a great surprise.
Hi, Stuart. Oh, look at that. I'm ever so excited.
Supersonic sugar.
Real sugar is that, Martin. Look at that. How do you feel about that, Martin? Look at me when I'm talking to you, Martin. What? How do you feel about having your very own, because that's the one and only in the whole wide world, Concord sugar bag. Isn't that right, Captain?
It's true.
Take care, that's the only one of its kind. Thanks a lot, Martin. And let's say thank you to Captain Stuart Robertson as well. Thanks a lot, Captain. Thank you. about strange obsessions. And we had a letter from Mrs. Paula Dunn, who told us that her husband Jeff was besotted by sumo wrestlers. Now, have you seen them on the telly, girl? And do they turn you on? Oh, well, they will be pleased. They're those great big fellas, aren't they? That wear those nappies. Anyway, Jeff, as always, he's always saying to his wife Paula that he'd love to have a go. So earlier today, our Bob Cowgies caught him by surprise and called his bluff. Have a look at this.
I'm standing in one of the kitchens here at the Royal Westminster Hotel. I've been told that Paula and Jeff have just actually checked in, and Paula's dying for a cup of coffee. I don't blame her, because it's lovely, lovely coffee, though. Jeff thinks he's going off for a heavy day's shopping at the moment, though he isn't. Let's pop in the lounge and surprise him. It's here. Should be just up here. This could be them right now. Jeff! Jeff Dunn. How are you, Jeff? Morning. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, my God.
Japanese speciality in front of you there. Bit of the old sushi. Have you tried it yet?
I have, yeah.
What's it like?
Very nice, thank you.
Is it? I've overrisked myself. Well, we've got another little Japanese speciality lined up for you a bit later on tonight. You're going to be a sumo wrestler. Because you like that sumo wrestling.
I did, yeah.
You did. Well, that's it. That's what we're going to do tonight. Paula's going to come along and witness your transformation into a... Aren't you, Paula?
I am,
You
yes.
set me up.
I am.
So we better go and try on your nappies. Get your coffee.
God.
Come on, get your coat. Got that. Right, come on, Paula.
God.
Sumo wrestling, eh? You look great.
Yeah, I'm not built for it.
You haven't got much of a belly for it. Let's see
No.
how you get on. Come on, then. And it's just here through the gymnasium, Jeff. And well, what I'd like to do is introduce you to the only coach for sumo wrestling in the United Kingdom. That's Sid Hoare. Sid, this is Jeff. How do you think he'll do?
Well, he's got very long wrists, hasn't he?
Well, I can see you got ready to wear one of these.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get you into one. Well, these lads warm up. All right, if we go.
Jumpy Taiso!
I beg your pardon?
Jumpy Taiso!
Yes, we'll be as quick as we can.
I shall look forward to that. We'll be going over live later on to Jeff before he gets into the ring. And speaking of rings, I feel a phone call coming on. And look at this. Little cable car phone, isn't that lovely? I left my heart in San Francisco. I wish I'd left my teeth there too. Oh, come on. I tell you what I'm going to phone. I'm going to phone a Cilla Brewer. Now, has anybody ever heard of the yearning saunter? Have you? Gosh, you're older than you look. My goodness me. We hadn't heard of the yearning saunter. I'll tell you what a yearning saunter is, those of you who have never heard of it. It's a dance. It is a dance. And back in the 30s, Celia used to dance to it at the local hop. Well, Celia's yearning to hear a saunter again. So let's find out if she still remembers the steps. Now, 10 digits this week, so it's a long phone call. Here we go. 2, 4, 3. Yes. Hope she's in. It's ringing out. No, it isn't. It's dialing out. All those clicks. Clicking away.
Hello, Mrs. Bruce speaking.
Hello, Celia.
Who is speaking?
Surprise, surprise. It's Cilla here.
Oh, I think you've got the wrong number. You've got the wrong number because we're new here.
Celia, I'm sure I've got the right number, Chuck. I really am. Now, this is Cilla Brewer.
Oh, yes, that's Celia. Yes, it's me.
Celia? Well, it's Cilla here, Celia.
Oh, I'm surprised. Whoever's got in touch with you is about me.
Well, I'm not giving any secrets away, but what I will give away, I know all about you, Celia.
Yes.
Now, you are yearning for a saunter.
Oh. Well, I never.
Oh, yes, you did. You used to do it over 30 years ago.
Oh, yes, I remember that, yes.
In the local hop.
Yes.
And you used to do it to the Sidney Thompson record, is that right?
That's right, yes.
In fact, you had a special do with him. One night you actually danced the yearning saunter with him, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, here comes the big surprise, Celia.
Yes?
We want you to dance that yearning saunter on next week's show.
Me? Well, if it's for you, Cilla, oh, yes.
Will you do that? Will you come on next week's show?
Yes.
I tell you what, Celia, you won't be on your own, Chuck.
No.
We've got a fab partner for you.
Not him himself, is it? Is it Sydney?
Well, I'm afraid it isn't Sydney. Ah, Celia, no, it isn't Sydney, but I think we've got the next best thing.
Oh, lovely.
We've got a 5 times world professional Latin dance champion. Will he do?
Oh, my gosh.
He's very young. He could be your toy boy for this evening.
I'll have him for the evening, yes.
You'll have him for the evening. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yes.
His name is Donny Burns. So we've got a lovely partner for you.
Oh, right, lovely.
And I can promise you your feet won't touch the ground.
Oh, yes,
We look really forward to seeing you next week, Celia.
Yes.
I'll let you go now, and you can tell your daughter off and your husband too if you want to.
Oh, tell him I'm coming on. Oh, yes, I can't believe it, Cilla.
You can't believe it.
I will when I get there, though.
You will. I mean, you'll never get there if I don't put the phone down. I'll see you next week, Chuck, all right? Don't worry about the frock. We've got the shoes and we've got the man.
And shall I get the instructions as to getting there and all about it?
Celia, you don't need a thing. We have taken it all in hand. Never fear, Cilla's here. All right, Chuck.
Thank you very much,
See
Cilla.
you next week, love.
Yeah.
Ta-ra
Bye-bye.
then. Bye.
Bye.
What a lovely, lovely lady. Now, I really do look forward to meeting Celia next week. But if you remember last week, I phoned Anne Sharp, who thinks she's a horse. Honestly, she really does. She said she loves those famous Lipizano horses at the Spanish riding school in Vienna. So we had a shod. And we gave her a bag of oats. And we trained her to prance and dance like a Lipizano horse. And if you remember, the person who told us about Anne, it was her friend Teresa. And she also thinks she's an horse. Well, you get some funny people on this show, don't you? Anyway, we roped Teresa in to join in the dressage. Now, you can't miss our two. They're the two lovely little fillies at the back. Now, a couple of weeks ago on Searchline, our Gordon Burns was looking for members of a pop group called The Strangers on behalf of John Ross. Now, he used to be the bass guitarist. They won a group contest back in 1964, but split up shortly afterwards, and they went their separate ways. Now, John himself is now a pharmacist. Well, we managed to track them all down, and earlier today, our Bob went to tell John the good news.
Well, here I am in Slough outside John Ross Chemists. Let's go in and surprise our unsuspecting pharmacist, shall we? Hello, love, you all right? Hello, where is he? Let's see. Where can we find him? He's probably round the back. He's always round the back, apparently. John! John, how are you? Hello, John. Surprise, surprise. You're beavering away there on the orders, are you?
Well, I was, yeah.
Now, a couple of weeks ago on Searchline, you were searching for your old group, weren't you? What were they called?
Chris Warren and the Strangers.
The Strangers, that's it. Well, we found them, John.
Well done.
We found them.
Well
and
done.
guess what? All day they've been rehearsing in our studios. And I'm whizzing you back straight now so you can join them.
Go on, you're pulling my leg.
No. Come on, where's your coat? Do you need your glasses? Right, you need those. Don't worry about the shop, we've got all that sorted out. Right, here we go, John.
But have a locum for this place.
You've got one, we've sorted it all, don't worry,
This is
John.
incredible.
I know, where's your coat?
Well, it's just through the door,
Well,
though.
we'll go and get it.
And here's John with the rest of the group. The Strangers are strangers no more. They're going to give us the number that won them a national group contest almost 25 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Strangers.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry a moonbeam, woman a job, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal, dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He's got no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. But if you don't care a feather or a pig, you may grow up to be a pig. Would you like to swing on a star? Carry a moonbeam home in a jar, and be better off than you are? You could be swinging on a star. You could be swinging on a star.
Very good, eh? Hey, was that a nice surprise for you today? Oh, wonderful. Lovely after all these years, 25 years ago. And you haven't sung it since? No. Well, I've got another little surprise for you. You know the manager from the Big Rank Ballroom in Brighton?
Yeah.
He says, well, if you ever give up your day job... No, not play bingo. In actual fact, he says, you are welcome back anytime.
He didn't pay us the first time, so.
Well, maybe he wants to pay you now. You're absolutely wonderful. I hope you turn up this time as well. In the meantime, I think we're going to take a break. And please join us then, because we're going back over to see Jeff Dunn and the Sumo wrestlers. And also, we're going to find out what our Gordon's got for us on the Searchline. So join me in a couple of minutes. See you then. Hello and welcome back. Now, we've got a surprise for a husband and wife sitting right here in our audience. Where are you, Brian and Rita Wilson? Where are you, Brian and Rita? Give us a wave. Where are you, Chucks? Oh, come down and join us, please, Brian and Rita. Oh, you sit next to me, Chuck. You'll get him. You'll get him later. You sit next to me, Brian, sweetheart. Yes, because I like sitting next to the fellas, and there you go, Rita. Oh, no. Come on, jealous. Don't be like that. Now, Brian, you are in on this, aren't you, Chuck?
Yes.
And this is a total surprise to you, Rita. And I must tell everybody about it, because last year when you were watching one of our surprise shows, Brian, you saw a clip of film and you thought you saw one of your old Air Force mates on that film, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, let's have a quick recap. Let's have a look at that film.
And we're going down to the laundrette, and with the help of all your friends in here, we're going to remake that advert, and you're going to be the star in it.
You've well and truly given me over, ain't you?
That That was the film. Tell us again. Tell everybody who that was.
That's the chef who made our wedding cake
Yes.
20 years
What's
ago.
his name?
Roy Brinsley.
Roy Brinsley. And he's right here tonight. Come in, Roy. Brian. Lovely to see you. Have a sit down there. Isn't that lovely to see Roy again?
Yes.
Is that a nice surprise, Rita? And you was right. You did actually make the wedding cake, didn't you?
Yeah, it must have been 20 years ago.
Oh, nearly 20 years ago. But there was a lot more friends at that wedding reception, wasn't there, Brian? Can you remember all your mates from there?
Maurice Hannafin.
Yeah.
Brian Lakeland.
Yeah.
Andy Andrews.
Yes.
And
Tim Scully.
Tim Scully, that's right, Tim Scully and his wife.
That's
yeah.
quite
Bob
a few.
Hodgson.
Bob Hodgson, yes.
Oh, quite a few. Now, do you think they'd be watching the telly tonight, this show? Because, I mean, they might be doing the same. Oh, there he is. There's our Brian. Do you think they'd be watching?
Yes, hope so, yes.
No, I don't think they'd be watching.
Because they're here behind the screen.
Yes, they are. Surprise, surprise. With a replica of your wedding cake, Rita, from almost nearly 20 years ago. Come in, lads. Oh, look at that.
What did you do with it there, Rick?
Oh, hey, he's giving her the knife. Oh, don't do anything rash, Rita. Isn't that lovely? And there's that, don't say where shall you put it on this show. Oh, it's dropped off. Isn't that lovely? Oh, another one's dropped off. It happens when you get to our age, doesn't it, Rita? Oh, Rita, are you suitably surprised? Because this was all for you. And the other surprise was for you, Brian, because you didn't know the lads were here. All right, then, well, what are you waiting for, Rita? While you cook the cake, we're going to cut across to London to see how our Jeff's getting on with the sumo wrestling. And also... Oh, isn't that lovely? Are you there, Bob? We're having fun here. Oh, it's
Sid and Mick are just getting Jeff into his mawashi. That is the official name for these strange things that they wear. It's slightly embarrassing because it should have been done by now, but they do take quite a long time. You don't like it here, Cilla. It smells sweaty. Are we all done?
Yes, that's it.
Right, so we've got to warm up now with Jeff. So remind me of something, I can't think what. Right, well...
Hey, Bob.
Yes, Cilla.
Where does he keep his lunch?
This is the warm-up.
Okay, right now, Jeff, into the warm-up. And we've got to drive the devils out the ring.
Oh.
Leg high. Okay, now the left leg up high, make a lot of noise. Drop the hips. That's it, once more. Leg high.
Oh, my goodness.
Whether those devils can hear that or not. Right, once more. And drop the hips. Okay, let's give it
We're having a match.
A match.
We're having a match.
Are you having a match?
Mick.
Oh, look, away. Oh, he's not too big there, Jeff.
Okay, right. Let's go through the ritual.
We're all
Squat down.
behind you, Jeff. Excuse the expression.
Hands. Clap.
Oh, away.
Up to the side. Turn the hands down. Up to there. Take a step forward. Now, leg high. We've done this one already.
Totally frightening for the other man,
Closer.
Cilla.
Oh, is
Squat
it?
down. Right hand down. Left hand down. Now,
Oh,
glare
my
at the other
God.
fella.
Oh,
You've got to
dear.
frighten him. Eyeball to eyeball. Right. Okay. Let's have some salt in the ring.
That's the frightening bit, is it, Bob?
Yes, I think if you turn the other way around, it might be more frightening.
Squat down. Okay, right hand down, left hand down, and off you go.
Oh, my God.
That's it. Come on, Jeff. Come on, push. Come on, Jeff. Push. Come on. He did it. That is amazing.
He's had so little training for that. He actually did it well done, Jeff. Thanks a lot. I think you were impressed there.
Yeah, I was. I didn't expect it.
Hey, Jeff, have you learnt all that from watching the telly?
Just watching the telly, that's all. Beginner's luck, I think, though.
Oh, that was very well done. Was he near enough to your weight? Sid, was he near enough to his weight?
Yeah, pretty close, yeah.
Oh, What else have you got in store for us, Bob?
Well, I think we need some. He was too easy, wasn't he?
Well, look, very easy.
I think we need a bigger opponent, but a bit more training, I think, for a bigger opponent.
A little bit more training.
So, a bit more training. He's doing very well. I think that shows everyone. And come back to us later, and we'll get him a bigger one.
Yes, well done. Thanks a lot, Sid. I'll see you later, Bob.
All right, cheers, Cilla.
See you later. Very impressed. I mean, he seems to have got the hang of it. Oh, we shouldn't have said that. I think I better rephrase that. He's done ever so well, hasn't he? But never mind about Jeff at this particular moment. Talking about muscles, what name springs to mind? It's got to be our lovely Gordon and the Searchline. Over to you, Gordon.
Don't stop, I like it. Anyway, that must have been about the cheekiest handover we've had for some time. Anyway, welcome to Searchline, which sets off tonight, searching for kicks, high kicks to be precise, because we want to find these can-can dancers. They're Jackie Tregarthen, Irene McBain and Pamela Rowe, together with Marlene Reed. That's her second from the right. They performed as the High Steppers when they were at school together in Iringa in Tanzania in 1960. Marlene lost touch with the others when she came back to Britain in 1962, but knows that they followed on soon afterwards, because in 1970, Pamela sent this photograph to Marlene with a note to say that she was living in London, but alas, she didn't give her proper address. So, if you remember dancing to Side Saddle and Pixicated Penguin, then step out and give us a ring on the Searchline number. I'll give it to you shortly, but I bet you can't do the splits now. Et maintenant, nous avons reçu une demande d'un de nos spectateurs Belgique. Did you understand that? No. Nor did I, but they do in Belgium. Because that's as far as we go. Our international audience growing weekly. And Jacqueline Dyke lives in Ostend, but during the war she came to England and lived in Doxey near Stafford. She's looking for her teenage friend from Doxey, Colleen Jeffcoat. Here's a picture of Colleen. Jacqueline hasn't seen her for 40 years, but would love to hear from her again, so if you're watching, Colleen, please do give us a ring. And now it's time for the first of this evening's personal appeals.
Hello, my name is Shiraz Aswad. I'm looking for John Dawson. We were classmates at Kabe Secondary School in Zambia in 1974. Unfortunately, one day, he was caught smoking in the local cafe, and the matter was reported to the headmaster. The following day, he was called up at assembly, and he had a choice of either 6 of the best or leave school. Unfortunately, he decided to leave school, but that was the last I saw of him.
I think you made a good decision, don't you? But if you are watching, just bend over and pick up the phone and give us a ring. Now, this is a photograph of John Scholes when he was 20. His sister Irene, who lives in Bacup in Lancashire, know it well, great part of the country, she hasn't seen John for nearly 28 years. The last she heard was that he was living in the Manchester area around 1965. Irene and the rest of the family are anxious to find John, so if anyone knows where he is, please ring Searchline. And finally in this section, we're looking for the third musketeer. Not D'Artagnan, but Fred Belcher, an ex-RAF corporal. Fred, who's originally from London, was stationed in Singapore in 1958 and was great friends with the other musketeers, Stuart Curson and John Parsons. They all had beer pots engraved with Musketeers 3 are we, cricketing chumps, Singapore, 1958. Or whatever turned you on. Since then, Stuart has found John, but is still looking for Fred. So if you're out there, Fred, lunge over to the phone and ring this number, 01 222 8070. Well, later in the programme, I'll be revealing more Searchline successes and looking for more people. Maybe you. But right now, it's her. Back to Cilla.
Yes. Yes, it's the one without muscles, I hope. And now stand by to meet Ma Williams. Oh, she's a lovely Liverpool lass. Her name's really Violet, but she's certainly no shrinking Violet, because for 30 years she's been the trainer, organiser, head cook and bottle washer of a Morris dance troupe called the Embassy. They have raised thousands of pounds for charity, and it's thanks to Ma that the troupe have been going strong for all these years. Now, the girls wanted me to express their gratitude by singing her a Cillagram. Well, I went back home to surprise her during rehearsals. Here we go. Surprise, surprise, Violet. Violet Williams. Violet. Surprise, surprise. Isn't this lovely? And all your troops are dancing their little heart out.
They are, yes. Doing the best.
Well, I suppose you're wondering why I'm here, Vi.
Didn't expect you.
Not on a Saturday?
No.
Well, I shall tell you what, you've got some lovely girls here, you know. They wrote and told me all about you.
Did they?
Oh, yes. Now, actually, there was 3 girls in particular that wrote to me. There was Jeanette. Where are you? Come in. Jeanette, Marie, and Big Ed. I know your names, but I don't... Who are you?
I'm Big H.
Oh, you're Big H.
Mary.
Oh, Mary.
Jeanette.
And Jeanette. Now, Mary, you're the leader of the troupe, aren't you?
Of the 3 of us.
You've been training these troops for 30 years now.
Well, just on 30 years.
And you make all the costumes and even the shakers.
Yes.
Show us your shakers, girls. I know you've won the triple this year.
Yes.
Tell us what that is.
We won the Isle of Man Championship, the World Championship, the Universal Championship, and the Welsh Championship.
All right, bye. So that's why I'm here today. On behalf of your girls, the big 3 here, we're going to deliver you a special Cillagram, all right? Because they think, well, they say, you're just like one big family. Is that right, girls? And bye. You're going to be there to lead them off.
Oh, no.
It was great to be back home again. And how about the famous Anfield Cop Choir? Sing it with me. Weren't they great? Yes. Oh, yes. I thought they were lovely. And what a backing group they were, too. And there's our lovely Ma Williams, our Vi, sitting in our audience tonight with some of the girls. Well done, Vi. another break, but we will be back in a couple of minutes to see who flattens who in the wrestling ring. Can't wait. And we'll be joining a very unusual hunt, and somebody in our audience is going to get the surprise of their life. So see you then. See you in a couple of minutes.
I am now completely convinced that the death of Henry Gascoigne was deliberate.
Hello and welcome back. Well, I hear from our outside broadcast unit that Bob's got a few surprises up his sleeve. So let's go over and find out what they are. Are you there? Oh, look at him.
I'm the referee again. Soccer last week. This week, Sumo. Look at me. Pretty good, eh? Yes, we're actually discussing tactics here because he did so well on his first bout. We're wondering, it needs a bigger opponent, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, he needs
much bigger.
Oh, hey, Jeff, you're getting really... you're getting into it now.
No problem.
All right, have we got any volunteers at all? Let's have a... Oh, it's Eddie. It's Big Ed. Right, all right, well, on your marks now. I'm gonna...
are you ready,
I've had
Eddie?
refereeing tips here. So I'm the referee. I'm going to hand over to our ace commentator here, Sid. All right, Sid.
Oh, if you're going to have a big one, have a big one. Good luck, Jeff.
Now, Jeff here has got a wee bit of a problem. He's fighting Eddie almost double his weight, 21 stone against 11 stone. His tactic has got to be to move in fast now. They're going through the ritual, trying to out-psych each other, eyeball to eyeball confrontation, trying to outstare the other man. Now the salt, which is to purify the ring, can also be used to show a gesture of contempt. Now this is it. They're now going into the final confrontation.
Or
Jeff's got. Oh, Jeff's got a real problem.
Did it hurt you, Jeff?
Oh, you big bully. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
How is Jeff, Bob?
I'm all right.
Actually, in Sumo, I have to do the presentation to the winner. This is an envelope full of money, Cilla. So
Is it really?
That's what the winner gets.
What is he down on his haunches for?
That's what they do. They do all that.
Oh,
There's lots of ceremony and all this. Lots of ceremony. So there you are. He didn't actually win that, Jeff.
Well, we could tell when he got thrown out the ring, yes.
That occurred to me. But, you haven't actually won the money. But you have won your own gold nappy. There we are. Especially for you. That's
Well,
the take home. He did well, though, didn't he, Cilla?
You did absolutely incredible, Jeff. And I think it's all down to, well, Sid there, the training was wonderful.
He did very well, I'm surprised. He survived anyway.
I think he surprised himself. And, Jeff, you've been a terrific sport.
Thank you very much.
And were your gold nappy well? I mean, you were beaten by the better man on the night, our Eddie, our big Eddie.
Just.
You'll have the bruises tomorrow to prove it.
Yeah.
But well done to all of you there. We've thoroughly enjoyed ourselves here, haven't we, audience? Yes! See you later, Bob. Oh, well, after all that, teriyaki won't be the same to me. All I can say now is we'll have to go over and see what Gordon has got for us on the Searchline.
Anyway, hello again, and as promised, news of more Searchline successes. Remember Eileen Billings from Crawley, West Sussex, who was looking for these former ATS radar operators? Well, we found both Tina Brealey and Billy Breeze, and in addition, we found another ATS friend who was watching the show. All three are now in touch with Eileen. We also showed you this photograph of Tom Mallet, who served in the Sudan with Keith Mitchell. Well, we found Tom, and Keith is thrilled to be back in contact with him. Then Jill Ramsbottom made a personal appeal last week, hoping to find Stephen Wright. Stephen was watching the programme, and he phoned us. Finally, from our quickie section, we were able to establish contact with David Senior from Cornwall and Heather Kenmure from Morecambe. And now let's see if we can find some more people with your help. In 1950, Brenda and David Blackby were childhood sweethearts in North London. They were also leading lights in stage productions at the Tudor Secondary Modern Youth Club in Islington. They're looking for two people from those days, their concert party teacher Anne Dickens, and here's a photograph of her tinkling the ivories, and fellow thespian Gloria Winslow. And that's the Winslow girl on the left there with Brenda. Brenda and David last saw Anne shortly after her son was born in 1964, and they think she then moved to Ullapool in Scotland. So, Anne and Gloria, if you're watching, please ring Searchline. And now, it's personal appeal time.
My name is Bill Brody, and I'm looking for the angel who saved my life in the 72nd British General Hospital, Sousse, North Africa, in 1943. And arrived there from the island of Lampedusa, where I had been operated upon by 2 Italian professors, and due to the lack of medication on the island, I became seriously ill. Sister Harris is the name of the angel I'm looking for, Sister Elizabeth Harris. And she treated me with absolute devotion. Now, I never ever had the chance of thanking Sister Harris for building me up from the under 7 stones I weighed when I entered the hospital, because when I left there, Sister Harris was off duty on that particular day. Further to our normal duties of treating me, every evening, or night time rather, she would come back to the ward to see that I was all right. It was usually about midnight. I would very, very much like to meet Sister Harris now to thank her for having saved my life.
Well, if anyone can help, the number's coming up shortly. Finally, we're looking for the owner of Snowball the hamster. In 1975, when Michelle Grice was 6 years old, her friend Karen Pester, who lived next door to Michelle in Felixstowe, moved away to Weston-super-Mare, leaving behind Snowball for Michelle to look after, but forgetting to give her new address. So if you're out there, Karen, Michelle, who's now 19, would love to hear from you, but I wouldn't hold out much hope of seeing Snowball. And now the quickie section. We'd like the following people to contact us. Charlie Walton, who used to live in Holloway, North London in the late 1950s. Sisters Irene and Florence Groves, who went to Wood Close School, Bethnal Green, and were evacuated to Culmstock in North Devon in 1940. Dennis Hayden Ford, who worked for the Perth Forestry Commission in 1968. If anyone mentioned this evening is watching, please contact us on 01222 8070. As always, our researchers will be answering the telephones until 10 o'clock tonight. If you can't get through, though, you can write to us at Searchline, surprise, surprise, London Weekend Television, South Bank TV Centre, London SE99 6YW. You've done us proud so far, so keep it going. And now, talking of keeping things going, we've got to go back to Cilla.
Thanks a lot, Gordon. Aren't you fed up with our weather? Yes. I'm fed up. I mean, I know it's been pretty mild lately, hasn't it? But, I mean, I still dream of sunny skies and, you know, hot sand and a lovely warm sea. Ooh, doesn't it make you jealous, eh? Yes. Yeah. Have we got anybody sitting in our audience tonight who's from a hot country? Could you give us a wave if you are, if you're from a hot country? Oh, there's quite a few of you there. Oh, yes, yoo-hoo! Yes. Oh, you sweetheart, you up there, that lovely girl with that lovely long hair. Would you like to come and join us, please? Yes. Bring that lovely lady with you as well, that one in the blue. Could you? Would you like to come and join us? Don't you look super? Hello, welcome to Surprise, Surprise. You sit next to me, Chuck, because we need you for our next item. Hello, sweetheart. Don't you look smart, too? Well, isn't this lovely? Can you tell us your names? What's your name?
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. Can you tell us your name?
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What hot country are you from, Ghislaine?
I'm from Mauritius.
Oh, that beautiful island of Mauritius. Well, surprise, surprise, Ghislaine. I know all about you because your Cindy wrote and told me all about you.
I had a feeling.
Oh, what a feeling. Can I cast your mind back to, not a very happy time, though, on the island of Mauritius, 25 years ago. I mean, it was absolutely devastating for you. Awful time for all the islanders. A lot of poverty, a lot of hunger about 25 years ago. And in fact, you actually lost 4 children, didn't you?
Yes.
And shortly after that, things were so bad, you decided to emigrate to Britain,
Yes, that's right.
where you raised a very beautiful family, Ghislaine. You did.
Thank you.
Now, you've never stopped thinking about Mauritius, have you?
No.
Never stopped
No,
thinking?
I'd like to go back.
Would you really? You've never forgotten about your brother, your Serge, have you? Because apart from your lovely daughters and your son over here, your Serge is the only living relative you've got on the Isle of Mauritius. Well, surprise, surprise, Ghislaine. No, he's not in Mauritius tonight.
No.
Your Serge, your only living relative, is here tonight. Come in, your lovely brother, Serge. Come in, Serge. What a super surprise. I'm so pleased for you. Oh, you're welcome.
The more the world is changing, the more it stays the same. Life is full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game. If nothing is impossible, will you believe your eyes? If the unexpected brings a smile, that's a big surprise, surprise, surprise. The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see. Surprise, surprise.
Well, we have to say goodbye for this week, but we'll be back next week with lots more surprises at the same time. I'd like to say a very big thank you to everyone who's taken part in tonight's show, especially our Bob Cowgies and the lovely Gordon Byrne. So until then, ta-ra then.